Welcome, my dear students. How are you all? I hope you all are fit and fine. Students, you all know our general science is having 4 sections in it, that is chemistry, biology, physics, and environmental science. Today, we will start lesson number 5, the fundamental unit of life. I think from the name itself, you come to know that it is the lesson of our biology section. In this lesson, we are going to study about most basic terms of biology, such as what is cell, discovery of cell, unicellular and multicellular organisms, difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell, structure of cell, difference between plant cell and animal cell. But hold on, in this video we will deal with what is cell, discovery of cell, and unicellular and multicellular organisms only. So let's start with what is cell. Students, you know that our house is made up of rooms, rooms are made up of walls, and walls are made up of bricks. Here, bricks are smallest unit of house and most fundamental also. Without bricks, we can't construct a house. In the same way, human body is made up of number of organs such as hands, legs, heart, brain, etc. These organs are made up of tissue. What is tissue? Tissue is group of cell performing specific function. In lesson number 6, we will learn about it. And tissues are made up of large number of tiny microscopic structure called as cell. Cell is the smallest and fundamental unit of human body. Not only humans but all organisms are made up of cell, and so cell is called as fundamental unit of life. See, fundamental means what? Most basic, important, and from which everything else is developed. So we can say that cell is the most fundamental, most basic. Without cell, the living organism cannot be formed. All living organisms are made up of cell, and so we can define cell as basic, structural, functional, and fundamental unit of life. So structural means all organisms are made up of cell. So it is structural unit of life. Functional, when we'll learn this lesson, you will come to know that all life processes are carried out with the help of cell. Cell plays very important role in the life processes, and so it is called as functional unit of life. And as it is most basic, most important, it is called as fundamental unit of life. We can define cell as structural, functional, and fundamental unit of life. Cell is most fundamental unit. All organisms are made up of cell, that may be plants, animals, or humans and microorganisms. But cell is very tiny, microscopic, and we can't see it with our naked eyes. So cell is very small. We can't observe it with our naked eyes. But still it is so important, most important and most basic thing of all living organism. Students, you might have wondered that then how we come to know about cell, as it is microscopic, we can't see with our naked eyes, then how we come to know about the cell. To know this, let's start a study of discovery of cell. See, cell was first discovered by Robert Hooke in 1665. He was the first scientist who observed cell in a cork slice with the help of primitive microscope. See, Robert Hooke, he has designed a simple microscope. So he was observing a thin slice of cork. Cork is nothing but the bark of tree, dead cell of tree. Initially, cork was used as a cap of bottle. So he took a thin slice of that cork and he was observing it under his self-designed microscope. And he observed honeycomb-like structure under microscope. And he saw many small compartments in it and called it as a cell. The word cell is derived from Latin word cellula. Cell is derived from the Latin word cellula. Cellula means small room. He observed that cork slice as a having many empty boxes in it, or like a small rooms are present in it, and so he called it as a cell. Robert Hooke observed the cell. He is known as father of cytology. Cytology is a branch of biology, deals with structure and function of plant and animals. So for the very first time, Robert Hooke discovered cell. He observed the cell of cork slice, or he observed the dead plant cells, bark of tree. As bark is dead cell of plant, so Hooke actually saw dead cells of plants. Then in 1674, Anton van Leeuwenhoek was the first to observe living cells like bacteria, protozoa, red blood cells and sperm in his homemade microscope. So Leeuwenhoek designed an improved microscope. He observed all the living cells. So we can say that Robert Hooke observed dead cell and then Leeuwenhoek observed the living cell. He was the first one who observed the living cell. Then in 1831, Robert Brown discovered the nucleus in cell. Purkinje discovered protoplasm. Protoplasm is nothing but the fluid substance present in the cell. Student, you have to remember that who discovered cell first time. After that, the cell theory was given by two biologists, that is Sheldon and Schwann. In cell theory, they explained that plants and animals are composed of cells and that the cell is basic unit of life. So they said that cell is the basic unit of life. Cell is the basic component of all living organism of plants and animals. Then this theory was further expanded by German scientist Rudolf Virchow. He gave the phrase that is omnis cellula e cellula, that is all cells arise from pre-existing cell. His theory is also called as cell lineage theory. So Virchow gave cell lineage theory, and what he explained in that theory, he presented that all cells arises from pre-existing cells. Then modified theory is termed as, so modern cell theory is all living organisms are composed of cells or cell products. All living cells arise from pre-existing cell and all cells are basically alike in chemical composition and metabolic processes. So this is the modern cell theory which states that all organisms are made up of cell. New cell is formed from the pre-existing cell by the cell division and all. All cells are basically same in chemical composition and metabolic processes. So this is about discovery of cell, how the cell is discovered, and different organelles of cell is discovered with the help of discovery of microscope. With the discovery of electronic microscope in 1940, it was possible to observe and understand complex structure of cell and its various components. Students, due to discovery of magnifying lenses, we come to know about microscopic world. And now we know that with huge plants and animals, there are some microscopic organisms which we can't see with our naked eyes. And many microscopic organisms are there which are made up of only one cell. Based on number of cell, there are two types of organisms: unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms. See, unicellular organism, from the name we can understand that these organisms are made up of a single cell. Uni means single, cellular means cell. So the organisms whose body is made up of only one cell are called as unicellular organisms. Example: bacteria, amoeba, paramecium, unicellular algae, fungi, all these are the examples of unicellular organisms. These are microscopic organisms. We can't observe them with our naked eyes, and their body is having simple body organization. So body is made up of only one cell. So body is so simple, body plan is so simple. These are some examples of unicellular organism: paramecium, amoeba, euglena. All these are the organisms, unicellular organisms, whose body is made up of only one cell. Then another type of organism is multicellular organisms. Multi means many and cellular means cell. So the organisms whose body is made up of many cells are called as multicellular organisms, or we can define it as organisms that are composed of more than one cell are called multicellular organisms. In multicellular organism, multiple cells perform different function. So we can see the number of cells, and different cells are performing different function. Example: plants, animal, multicellular fungi, all are examples of multicellular organism. The body of multicellular organism is complex as compared to unicellular organism. We can see work division of labor in multicellular organism. In unicellular organism, only one cell, single cell is performing all life processes. But in multicellular organisms, we can see division of labor, work division. So for example, few group of cell will perform function of digestion, few group of cell will perform the function of respiration. So we can see the complex structure, complex organization, tissue level, organ level, or organ system level organization we can observe in multicellular organism, and so their body is complex, or body design is complex. Now cell size. The size of cell also varies considerably in different animals and plants. We can see different size of the cell. Some say, for example, but the average size of the cell varies from 0.5 to 20 micrometer. So this is the average cell size, that is 0.5 to 20 micrometer. In human body, we can see different size cell. The smallest cell is RBC, red blood cell, and the longest one is the nerve cell. I will show picture of it. Before that, we will discuss cell shape. The shape of cell is related to specific function they perform. The shape of cell can be different. Some cells like amoeba and WBC, that is white blood cells, have changing shape. See, the shape of amoeba is irregular because they form temporary pseudopodia, that is temporary finger-like projection to capture the food, and also for movement their shape is not regular, they are having irregular shape. But in some cases the cell shape could be more or less fixed and peculiar and for a particular type of cell. For example, nerve cell. Nerve cell of our body is having a typical shape. See, here are various cells of human body. This is picture of various cells of human body. This one is the nerve cell and it is having a typical shape, a peculiar shape. This is called as dendrites, cell body, axon and axon ending. So the shape of nerve cell is typical. It is peculiar. Then we can see here different shapes of the cell. So bone cell is having different shape. Blood cells, WBCs is having different shape. The muscle cell, the shape of muscle cell is spindle shape, so spindle like. So these are the spindle shape muscle cells. Fat cell is different in shape, and sperm and ovum. So there are different cells having different shape and size. Smallest cell is RBC, red blood cell, and longest cell is nerve cell. With that, the sperm is also smallest cell in males and ovum is the biggest cell in females. So we can observe all these are cells but having different shape and different size. I think up to this you understand what is cell and unicellular, multicellular organisms, shape of cell and size of cell. Cell function differently in unicellular and multicellular organism. In every organism, each cell has specific components in it known as cell organelle. See, every cell is having specific components and those specific components are called as cell organelles. These cell organelles are responsible for different life processes or cellular functions such as obtaining nutrient, producing energy, making proteins, etc. All these functions are carried out by the components or organelles present in the cell. Cell is able to live and perform functions because of these organelles. So these organelles are helping cell to survive. We will learn about all these organelles of the cell and structure of cell in next video. Thank you and have a nice day.